By the way,
BTW?
little celebration because I can center part.
Oh, yay.
Yay! Yeah,
All
it only
excited.
took 6 months to get that little patch gone, but it's pretty gone. Ryan, you were on my mind all day yesterday, and I'm going to share something because 7 years ago yesterday,
Oh, come on.
this was
Oh,
us
my gosh. Your
at
wedding.
my wedding,
Happy
doing my hair.
anniversary.
Thank you. And God, I just love you. And what a wonderful day. And, it really made me think yesterday just how much has gone on. And, when I said I do, and you go through your vows and it's like till death do us part, who would have even thought that 7 years later, we'd be in this? So
I know.
I'm going to
But you know what?
Mhm.
It's amazing that
Yeah.
time has flown by.
And I know they always say that, and especially like the older you get, it's like just in the blink of an eye. But I know I couldn't believe yesterday. I was like, 7 years, really? You sure? And on that note, like we've been thanking the first responders so much. But I really want to thank the first responders in our lives, right? All of the boyfriends and husbands and girlfriends and brothers and sisters, parents who are dealing with us and being the support for us every day through this.
Yes. Whatever your circle is.
Yeah.
Whatever your circle is.
Yeah.
That is your support. And that is your own first respond team.
Mm-hmm.
It's so key. So key.
And you know what? If you haven't thanked them today, thank them.
Yep.
A little thank you goes a long way.
And I thank you, Amber, because you are my first response team circle, honey. That is
Amen,
for
honey.
sure.
When the curtains be burning, we come in with a fire extinguisher or a
Jesus.
Birkin bag and just beat that out. You need it
I'll
in this
send
time.
it to you tomorrow.
I love it. Wait, can we just show everybody this?
Okay, I've been open about my Etsy issues because it's just part of the addictions. Why not get a canvas Birkin? I wanted it in black so bad. I'm gonna dye mine with Ritz.
Oh,
dye.
really? I think the green is very chic.
Maybe we'll rock green for summer and then black for fall.
Yeah.
Why
Especially because you know what?
not?
Because when it gets dirty, then dye it.
Then dye it. Exactly.
Absolutely. I've got a friend who's on a tie-dye kick right now. Who knew? Maybe you could tie-dye it. I know, not my thing.
Not my thing either.
But apparently it's like the thing. It's like it's coming back.
It was supposed to be the summer trend.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you hate that it was supposed to be? It's Memorial Day coming up. And like this is the first one in a long time. It's just like
I know. I know. I didn't remember.
Yeah, I know. Ugh, it's stressful times to say the least.
But I will say 7 years ago, your hair had a lot of extensions in it, and it doesn't anymore.
No,
you, my dear, were able to get past the point of no return and be able to go extension free because of so many reasons.
And
many that are discussed today.
Yes, we are going to discuss them. And, right now, if you've been noticing more clumps of hair in the shower, that could be a result of stress. But we don't want to stress you out more because there are things you can do. Look, I lost this little patch of hair, living proof right here. But there are things that you can do right now at home to help that. And one of the first things we're going to start today, we've got a wonderful guest. She is a hair expert, and she's actually now working with Bosley, which I thought was just for men. But she's an educator there. And what's so great is that she cleared up a lot of the misconceptions I had about Minoxidil.
As everyone knows, Minoxidil is the only thing that has been approved by the FDA that actually does regrow hair and is effective.
With the Minoxidil, though, is that something, just speaking as not a hair professional, it's something that I've heard about, right? Rogaine is another big brand that you hear about. And I have a girlfriend who had significant hair loss, and that's what she was using. But minoxidil to me has always been a little bit scary, right? So are there people who should not be using it, or is it something that's pretty safe for everyone?
So there's two different percentages on it. There's a 2% and a 5%. Typically, the women use the 2% and the men use the 5%. So you want to be able to access that lower percentage if you feel necessary, and then you can like start in slowly. But I do recommend that you use it the same time every day. And it's just like you would try to think about taking care of any other area of your body. I mean, you won't stop brushing your teeth with a certain kind of toothpaste if you have, great results from that.
So Ryan, I mean, but you get what I'm saying? Like, do you think like a pregnant woman shouldn't use it, correct?
Yeah, no,
So and doesn't it make your hair fall out at first a little bit? Can't that be an effect? Or am I totally wrong about this? Maybe I'm totally off.
I mean, I'm sure 1 out of 1,000, maybe it fell out, but
Okay.
maybe he or she skipped a day. Or like you said, didn't put it on at the same time, at the same, you know what I'm like, if you break your routine with these systems, you can have a shed. You absolutely can.
But is this something you think everybody should be using then? I mean, if it's like can grow the hair.
If you're like fresh out of chemo and you just grew your new hair back, no.
Right.
No.
Right.
If you think you're going to get pregnant or you're in fertility, no. I mean, it's kind of common sense. If you have other health issues, you should obviously talk to your physician and throw that against the wall. But I think majority of people can give it a whirl. And just if you second guess it, just talk with your doctor.
So what is that program? Is it like once you start, is it you have to just keep doing it? Is it like, I mean, which we know with a lot of beauty things, right? Like if you want Botox, you're going to have to keep doing Botox to keep the wrinkles away. If you want those eyelash extensions, you're going to need to keep doing them the second you start. You're not going to have those lashes. If you want hair extensions. So is this another thing that you're going to sort of add to your beauty toolkit, but it's like once you start, you need to commit to it?
Yes. If you're seeing results from it, you definitely want to keep doing it. So hair has 3 cycles. Everybody's familiar with, anagen, telogen, and catagen. So, but when you're in the resting phase, during that phase, that's the time that you want to make sure that you're speeding up that process when that new hair growth is starting to come back in. And you also want to keep the hair that you have. So you're definitely treating from a clinical approach, that hair follicle, and you're waking up and speeding up that resting cycle where that new hair can come back and through. So you're seeing results and you're getting hair growth. You definitely want to keep using that. So somebody who's been bald for 30 years all the way back, and that hair follicle is no longer producing hair, are you going to get results from minoxidil? Maybe not. So, but definitely you want to wake up that hair follicle and you want to speed up that process for that new hair to come back through.
How do you feel about the caps or the headbands with the red light therapy? What's your take on those?
Those are showing a lot of promise. And those also, there's lots of before and afters, that are online. So it's one of those things, it's like, what works for one person may not necessarily work for all, but if it, works for the majority and if it works for you, definitely keep doing it. You have to be consistent on that. You have to use it, every single day, in addition to the other 360 approach that you're doing.
Yeah, I personally noticed when I combined all 3, oh, wow. It was the trio effect for me, which I love. Now, does Bosley have their own system with red light therapy, or is that something you guys do in office?
Oh, stay tuned.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Stay tuned, but can we get an exclusive?
Yeah.
So we will definitely give you guys an exclusive the minute that I have something that I can announce. How's that? Can I make that promise? So.
Amazing. Thank you. So, and Ryan, because you have one of the caps and you love it.
I do. So but I recently went through a shed. I recently changed systems and I had discussed it on the show. And I was working with one person for a very long time. I had like a 3 to 4 year contract. And I switched gears, and within 60 days, I saw a ton of loss.
Ugh.
And it's such a bummer.
That's
So I've definitely pulled out all the stops. That's why I'm like, ooh, what are you guys doing? What's up? What are you doing with the red light and what's up your sleeve? Because I am definitely paying attention, because I'm in the market. Because a lot of people don't know, Amber, is these caps, whether they're $4,000, $3,000, $1,500, it all depends on the power, and it all depends on the battery life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the more you spend, you will get longer. So it's a catch-22. You could go a little less, but you may have to rebuy it a little sooner.
And I want to ask you because Ryan, you brought up such a good point. We are now, a lot of people are hurting from this economically, and being sensitive to that. $4,000 on a red light cap might not be the most realistic, right? It just might not be right now. And hair replacement surgery is very expensive. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars. A wonderful investment if you have that, for sure. But with things like the shampoos, what are the price points on those?
So price points on shampoos, you have a good quality shampoo for an 8-ounce product, can run you between, $25 and $35. I think you're going to see light systems come down to more around the $600 and $700 range,
Right.
very, very quickly.
Nice.
Including the ones that have the lights that are very, very dense in the hairband themselves. So I think you're going to see some, very affordable technology available here very, very quickly. Treatments, a good quality treatment, with a high ingredient deck, you can get, between $35 and $45.
How do we use it? What's the right way? I know you mentioned something at the same time, but is it every day, 3 times a week? And how quickly can we start to see results?
I am so glad that you brought that up, because nowadays people are not shampooing their scalp as well as they could, and they're not shampooing as often, and that's because of dry shampoo. And so we get that beautiful blowout, and we're going to make it last as absolutely as long as we can. But having a very, very clean scalp is so important. And that's the one thing that you'll notice more in volumizing shampoos. And you'll also even notice that in the Bosley shampoos and the peppermint oils that we use in there. But it's not enough to give you a deep cleansing shampoo to get that scalp clean. But we also teach people how to shampoo their hair. And I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of people really are looking for advice on how to shampoo your hair and how to make sure you mix those fingertips on the scalp and to cover everything on the scalp and really go in and do that deep cleanse. And if you're using a lot of product, you need to cleanse at least twice a week because you want to keep that scalp clean and healthy, and you want to keep that follicle healthy. And as much as product as you use all depends on the length that you have. Somebody as myself, an 8-ounce bottle, maybe it'd be last a month.
And then so with this Minoxidil product, as long as you're using it at least twice a week, we're going to start to see results? Or is it something that you have to use every day?
It's recommended that you go ahead and use it every day.
Okay.
And go ahead and use it at the same time every day. Yes.
And is that then forever?
Well, if you're seeing results, then you want to keep encouraging those results. Now, if you're not seeing results, then, and your body's and your hair follicles not reacting to that, then no, you wouldn't need to keep using it. But if it's working for you, absolutely, you're getting hair growth.
How soon should we start to see the results from that?
Hair loss is a big mystery area. It all depends, that hair growth cycle, that resting stage is several weeks when that new hair starts coming back in. So most people see results in about 4 to 5 weeks. So now
stick with it.
Yeah. And as far as the volume result, I know on that, if you're having a good hair day, you're having a good day, right? And so
amen to that. Yes.
So I knew I was going to get to talk to you guys today. I didn't know if I was going to be on camera or not. So I used the volumizing shampoo, and because I have very, very fine hair, but as a stylist, I've been able to help a lot of women over the years on how to style your hair and make it look fuller and thicker just by what you're using on it and the technique.
Your hair looks phenomenal. Can we just give it up right now? But
absolutely.
Well, thank
done.
You.
Likewise
with you guys. But yeah, so I mean, I think I have figured out every trick to make hair look more voluminous. And we have a segment that we share on visual density styling. So how to make it look like you have a lot more hair than what you actually have as you're trying to get more hair growth back and keep the hair that you have. So we definitely love to help on that area too.
Can you give us a quick tip on things that we can do?
Sure. So definitely, a volumizing shampoo and conditioner. Now, one of my little tricks as a stylist, so sometimes volumizing shampoo and conditioners, you don't get that super, super silkiness on more of the longer pieces of the hair. Like in the case of bleach, I have a lot of bleach that's on my hair. And so what I like to do is I take the volumizing conditioner, after I've rinsed it out, I take a little bit more, about the size of a dime, mix it with some water, and then I emulsify it in my hand, and then I pat it on my really damaged ends.
Okay.
And then I put that on really wet hair. And so then I take and I stroke that conditioner and I make it into a leave-in conditioner. So I'm kind of doubling conditioning. Mm-hmm. But the second time I'm kind of making that into a leave-in conditioner, and I love the way it makes my hair feel so soft without weighting it down. So that's one little thing, kind of outside the box styling tip that I like to do. So
I also know changing your part, right, Ryan? You had suggested that to me, and I had trouble when I lost that patch of hair. It's like right in the center, and it's still there. I don't know if you can really, but for me, when I actually changed the part, it was more noticeable because the volume, like having it covered right now, right? Kind of like the comb over. It's essentially what I'm doing, right? But when I had the volume going, but good to know. So change your part and use a little bit of volumizing shampoo or conditioner as a leave-in. I love that tip.
Yeah. And then you can still, after you take your hair out of the towel and it's a little parched, you can still use the leave-in conditioner. But I just like that little extra step in the shower. And then as far as tools for hair, definitely you want to concentrate on what's happening a half inch out from the scalp when you're doing your blow dry, when you're doing your styling with any tools. So if the base area of the hair is not lifted, it doesn't matter how great of a job you do with the rest of your hair. That's why when you lean upside down and do your rough dry in the beginning, and then you flip back up and then you start doing the sectioning, but a lot of people pull down and around, and you want to pull up and around, and then you want to use a really good high quality brush too as well. So what's happening at the scalp is determining the whole rest of your hairstyle, how it's turning out.
So true. So true. And just to echo your question, Amber, and not to bring it too far back, but as for guys, when we use all of the systems and somewhat of, if you want to add the red light or not, I truly remember seeing a result within 4 weeks. Yeah. And because our hair is so short, we see it a lot faster. And it really, really, really makes a huge difference. And then when I was like 2-3 months into it, my head of hair was almost brand new.
And that's what I wanted to ask, because sometimes, especially in this day and age of instant everything, and, you want to make sure that you're giving something a chance to work. I used to work with Murad, right? Skincare. And I think that people don't realize, it's not going to be instant and overnight, but you will notice gradual changes if you keep it up, for a couple months though. So 4 to 6 weeks is when we should start to see differences. But you know what? Maybe give it 2 months, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Give it the good college try. Yeah.
Well, and 2 supplements. I mean, it's so important to take, our supplements, and vitamin D is so important to hair health and hair growth, and then also, a healthy scalp as well. And vitamin D has been, proven to help our immune system. It's been proven to reduce stress. It's been proven to help with depression. I mean, it's something we don't get a lot of, is vitamin D. And that's one thing that we see now in these times when they're stressful is we're having people use the supplements that we offer for hair. They're using them for overall health. And also they get a little energy boost from it too, as well. So, so just having, 50% of your daily dose of vitamin D, inside your supplements on top of, zinc and other great ingredients with inside your daily supplement is another way that you can approach overall health and reducing stress in addition to, growing your hair and keeping the hair you have.
Well, thank you so much, Colleen. If people want to learn more about the products, where should they go?
Definitely go to bosleypro.com for education, connectivity, and we have a series of podcasts that we're launching as soon as next week. Just again to try to connect and to reach out. So,
smart,
awesome. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. And of course, if you guys have any questions about hair loss, Ryan has been talking about this forever. You can always email us, hello@ArtBeautyPodcast. We thank you for those. I love getting those emails. We love seeing those. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Art Beauty Podcast. And Ryan?
Check us out on YouTube. Like, subscribe, give us comments, show us some love, and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.